Welcome to Verbal Tea, the journaling podcast, where we focus more on our own inner voices than the voices of those around us. I'm Globe, your host, and each week we explore topics through journal entries based off of journal prompts that I write in our blog. You can check out our blog in the show notes if you like to write along. This month is November. And I know what everybody's thinking. November is Thanksgiving or Mariah Carey Eve, if you respect the order of things, because some people are already calling it Mariah Carey season. But that's another thing. Anyway, this month I want to focus on gratitude. Last month we dug heavy, we cried, we were vulnerable, discussing domestic violence awareness, mental health, and what we've overcome and how we've comforted ourselves. This month we're going to focus on our inner power. It's all about gratitude, and for today, I'm calling this episode the Victory Lap. I have one of the biggest winners I've met this year to discuss this with us. We're going to discuss our wins and how they're connected to some things that we had to acknowledge and heal within ourselves. This guest, you guys, is amazing. Amazing. She is an amazing podcaster who interviews all kinds of people and focuses on encouraging people to be positive and walking in their truths. She's a business owner. She has dope merchandise that is affirmative because it says successful. It's all about success, redefining success for yourself. Ugh, y'all, she's also an author. You guys, I'm excited. I'm going to link everything about her in the show notes, but listen, she is a winner. And she also has grown and healed and has her own journey. And I'm so excited that she is with us today. I'm going to introduce to you guys Successful Toys.
Hi, thank you for having me, Kay. I'm so nervous, honey.
Oh, oh my gosh, not you being nervous. I'm nervous.
Right, right. I don't know why I'm so nervous, but
I'm
I'm ready.
I'm glad. And just know you're safe here, okay?
I know.
Okay. So, before we get into anything, I ask everybody this. What is your relationship with journaling?
Journaling is hard for me, guys. Like she said, we met each other this year, and I told her, which I just noticed that I lied, but I told her I was going to start journaling, but I just could never get into it. I'm not a writer like that. So yeah, I don't know. Like I rather like verbally talk than to write. So it's like I know what to write, but I can't put it on paper.
Yeah, and it's true. And that's not an uncommon thing. It's not a shameful thing. Some people just like to get their energy out in a different way.
Mhm.
And sometimes journaling is just dancing, creating something. Podcasting has become a big way for a lot of people to journal. They may not see it that way, but they're recording their thoughts and their lives.
Yeah,
Um, Social media, people use that. It can be your own little scrapbook of your wins, your losses, everything.
it's so crazy because when someone reached out to me because for some reason, like I've been getting a lot of magazine submissions, and I'd be like, I done did so much. Do these people really want to hear like everything I done did? But it's like, okay, I got to answer this question. And again, I go to overthinking because I'm okay, how I put all this together so I can send it to them and write it and stuff. So I don't know. Even when I was writing my book, it took me 6 months to write that book because it was just like, I know what to say is my life. I just don't the writing.
What is it? Is it just pen and paper in general?
I think it is. I
Yeah.
think it is. You know what I feel like it is? It just hit me. Because when I used to be bad in school and I used to write 1,000 times, I would not get in trouble anymore.
Ah. That'll do it.
It was like, yeah, if I don't have to write, I ain't write.
So it's not a safe space.
And then I told you too, I think I told you once before, like when I was younger, I started a diary, and when my privacy got invaded, it was just like, all right, I give up because I just feel like it's not safe.
That makes sense. I still have to get you a burn book.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot all about it. I supposed to got one off of Amazon.
Yeah. Like burn books, that's what a lot of people start off with if they don't feel safe with pen and paper because of, unfortunately, their trust being betrayed. But you
Hmm.
get to write it, or they don't want to see it ever again, but they have to, everything we carry has to go somewhere. So let's
Right.
write it out and then burn it so it's gone. And it can be a spiritual symbolic thing as well, you know.
Hmm.
Like for me, I don't burn things, but if I want to release a feeling, I'll dance. Or when I shower, I will discuss that feeling and say, like, I'm washing and rinsing it off. And that's like a symbolic thing for me. But
I did that before, and I didn't stay consistent.
mhm.
I have a problem with staying consistent with stuff.
Well, that's just because you wear many hats. You're so multifaceted. Like, just from the short time I've known you, I thought you were just a podcaster at first because
Mhm.
that's how we met. But you're an author, you're a musician.
That's new to the list, girl. That's new.
Ooh. Let me not give away the victories, okay?
I'm excited. I'm ready. I think.
All right. So before we begin, you guys, I do want to just say this. So I knew that she doesn't journal like literally at all, but I knew I wanted her on my show because she has an amazing show called Successful Toy Podcast. And her personality just shines through. And she is always referencing her journey and her growth in her episodes because she just empathizes and connects with people so well. So I knew when it came to focusing on gratitude and positivity, that literally matches her brand, like
Yeah.
to a T. So, okay. I keep saying so, but there's one more thing I had to say. She November is a big month for her. This is when she decided to really walk into her power and start her healing journey. And so
Mhm.
I was like, this is going to be a great way for her to recap how far she's come.
Yeah. And it's so amazing, y'all. It feels so good. And it's crazy because I didn't even think about it was this month until you said it backstage. And I'm like, oh, yeah, it's the anniversary for me. And I wasn't even like, because is this month right here, y'all. I used to hate the month of November. So I guess now I'm going to start loving it since I had started my healing journey last year. But I used to hate the month of November because November 1st is when my mom took her last breath. Then her birthday is November 27th.
Mm.
So last year, November, I just took it upon myself because I was just like tired of beating myself up with everything. And I'm like, I need to heal from a lot of past trauma. So I took it upon myself and started my own healing journey to where I don't let negativity take me out of character anymore. I'm always thinking positive. I just want positive around me. Like that was my healing journey. That was my journey that I took for myself. And when I tell y'all, I have come a long way because I know how to laugh at things now. I know not to let things upset me. Can't nobody control my energy, honey. I have the power over my own energy. And I ain't used to be like that. I used to literally let people control my energy. I used to be a hothead. I used to be all on social media, blasting my business, going back and forth with people. Baby, I don't do that no more. I laugh and keep it moving. And just because I remove myself, that don't mean that it's beef or I hate you. It's something that I needed to do for me. So that's where I'm at in my life. And it feels so good because God literally be showing me who's for me and who's not. And I listen to him more. I used to listen to him. I hear what he's saying and do the total opposite because this is what I want to do. Yeah, you telling me to do this, but this is what I want to do. But I listen to him. And if y'all don't believe that he talked to y'all, baby, all you gotta do is sit still and let him work. God do talks to you.
It's true. And I want to say it looks good, okay?
Thank you. Thank you.
It looks good. You just keep glowing more and more and more. And her and I have some commonalities, some common experiences, and I've seen how she's come out of those with being true to herself and how the goodness just multiplies just exponentially. So, what is when you think of like the biggest victory, one of the biggest victories since you started this journey this year? What is it?
Oh, the biggest victory for me is the way that I am blossoming. Like I am literally like every day I see the rose opening up more and more and more and more and more. And it's crazy because Globe, this is things that I didn't even ask for. I didn't even see myself doing. It's just people seeing me and acknowledging me and reaching out and want me to be a part of something. And I'm like, what? Little old me that just be minding her business and just staying consistent. Little old me. But people love that. People love that. People literally, I literally was told today that they was watching me and they seen how hard I be working. And they was like, man, this girl be working. And I'm like, listen, whatever my name is attached to, I'm gonna go hard for it.
Hmm.
And that's just how I am. And that's what made them ask me to be a part of the magazine. Who would have thought me, someone from Belgrade, Florida, didn't finish high school, being a editor in a magazine?
Yes.
Who? Not me. You want me? So, and I love the fact that they gave me the section that I am good at, which is business. So I am the editor of Unspurge magazine. So I love that for me. That was like a big, big thing for me. And I'm like, look at me, Mitches.
It is so good. Okay, as an avid reader, I love I love that there is now a black centered magazine
Mhm.
today because I envy when people talk about all of the older publications that
Yeah,
used to focus on black entertainment. I feel like it's just lacking now. We have the podcast and I'm like, I want something. I want to grab something and be able to read it to my kids so they can know what's going on.
right.
Cuz
And, you,
go
and
ahead.
then it's so crazy because when you sent that to me, I was like, yep, she's reading Upsurge.
Yes, I was like, "Ah," because I just thought it was cool, and so I'm reading it, then I see your face, I'm like, "Ah, it's toy."
And you know what, too, Globe? I learned how to keep my wins to myself because everybody don't be happy for you. So that's one of the things I learned to heal from too, because I used to be the person that broadcast my every move.
Mhm.
And then when the move don't move no more, you wondering, well, what happened? It was right there. I had it. And then next thing you know, it's gone. It was gone. It left because you broadcast it to the world before it was sealed, and they preyed on your downfall, and that's how it got taken away from you. So I learned how to be quiet and do a kindred, pop out and show them.
No, no, absolutely, you do. Like, it's almost like pregnancies.
Yeah,
For me, and this is kind of old school, but I don't like to when I'm pregnant, I don't like to broadcast it, and you know how they say, like, for the first 12 weeks, you keep it to yourself?
yeah,
I'm keeping it to myself until I feel them kick. Just because I'm manifesting just goodness. I don't want
mhm,
anybody speaking over that. And when you have something brewing, sometimes you have to keep it,
be
keep it
quiet.
locked tight because as powerful as we are, we also can open the gates to unwanted energy by broadcasting
Mhm.
to the wrong people.
Yep. So I learned that that was part of my healing journey too. So yeah, I did.
And you do. You're so quiet. I feel like especially within the last few months, is every few weeks it's a new big win. Like you have been cooking.
And
Cook.
great. I'm telling you, I don't know where it's coming from, man. I don't know where it's coming from. And it was, I don't know if you know him, but he's a big time blogger that's been blogging since I think he said 2019.
Oh.
And um On Facebook, his name is Terion Kardashian, something like that. But he also reached out to me and he made a post and he tagged like all these big bloggers. And I was kind of like, it was kind of like a couple podcasts, but I think I was kind of like the only few podcasts. But I was the only podcast. Everybody else was bloggers. And he tagged me into this long post that he made pouring out his heart and stuff. And I was like, he he put my podcast up there with all them people. So I told him, I was like, this brought tears to my eyes because knowing your statue and it's like I be happy when you just respond back to me and then you come on my page and you interact. He told me, he said, I love what you're doing. Keep it up. I love how you interact with your followers. He said that what makes it personal for me because even though we don't know you, we feel like we know you. He said, so just keep doing that. And I was like, okay. Cause it's like, girl, you getting the knowledge. You getting like people, they looking. You ain't thinking nobody watching you because when I used to be live, before I met y'all,
Mhm.
and used to be nobody watching my lives. They watch it afterwards, but
Mhm.
not on there. And then when I met y'all, y'all was on there. But I'm okay without nobody watching my live because long as over there on Apple, iHeartRadio, and Spotify, them numbers going up, I don't care who's not watching my live. So that's too what made me go to auto because I'm like, my listeners in other countries,
Mhm.
they listening and they downloading my podcast. So that's who I'm gonna cater to. And that's where I'm at with it now.
Right, and you're just walking in you, you're being true to you. You're not trying to be anything else. And I
Mhm,
really feel like that's what people need to know. There are all these marketing strategists that are like, be this, be that. All these people are telling you to be something. When
mhm,
what people respond to the most is being yourself.
mhm,
Truly, I have even felt it. I'm still in the baby phases. Y'all know I'm in the baby phases. But even with me just being like, you know what? This is my purpose. This is what I want to pour my heart into because it's where my heart is.
mhm.
That is what bears the most fruit for me.
Yeah,
And I see you do it this whole time. You haven't switched up at all. Like Toy is going to be Toy anywhere, and if she can't be Toy there, she won't be there.
no. And you got to understand that you're not for everybody, anyways. You're not for everybody. And I'm not trying to be for everybody. I'm trying to be for the people that can resonate with me and understand me. I don't want to dummy down myself because, oh, she cussed too much. I know when to cuss and when not to cuss when I have my guests. I know that. I know I can look at a picture and tell, okay, don't cuss when you have this person on the show. Or yeah, you can cuss. And then I won't cuss, and then when they cuss, I'll be like, oh, we can do that. This what we doing? Oh, okay. But I'm still gonna always be myself, but I don't always have to cuss. But I'm still gonna be myself. I'm still gonna be this fun, turned up girl on my podcast because I'm gonna make my podcast. Your interview is gonna be fun.
Mhm.
Everybody, if you go look at my reviews that the people do, the video reviews, what does everybody say? I make them comfortable and they will
Yep.
come back.
And that comes from being comfortable with yourself. Like
Mhm.
you're never trying to be somebody. And I had someone tell me that a few months ago, like, you seem so self-assured, so it makes me feel safe with you. And like, good, because that's what I want. Like, I want you to feel as comfortable as I'm feeling.
Your voice is so calming. Hey, when I be listening to your shows and I be seeing your videos, I be like, it's her voice for me. It's so calming. Like, I could be having a bad day and I come across your videos when you promote in your show and stuff, and I go and listen, I be like, it's her voice.
Oh.
Like, you'll make the meanest dog happy if they just listen to your voice.
That's so
And
sweet.
I'd be like, is it her mic or is it her voice? Because if it's that mic, I want that mic.
I feel like we might have the same one.
I want that mic. I want it. Because I'm like, I like her voice. But yeah,
Thank you. And it's really just because I'm like, I'm just gonna be myself. Nothing else. Just me. I like to journal. So that's why I'm talking about it. I could have talked about anything else. I could have talked about burlesque dancing, which I'm still learning,
yeah.
or something else. But I'm like, no, this is what I love. And this is what I feel is worth talking to people about. And gratitude for who you are is where the blessings flow, I feel like. And that's where I see in you and a lot of people I admire. The gratitude first starts within themselves. They're happy for who they are, they're proud of who they are. And God, the universe, and people respond to that.
Hmm. And you have to be happy for other people too.
Mm,
I'd be happy for people that I don't know.
me too. I
I
feel like
be
a fan.
When I tell you, I be strolling, I'll come in and everything and tell I'll be like, I don't know you, but girl, I'm crying for you. Like, I'm so happy for you. Keep pushing. Like, you can't have that jealous bone in your body, bro.
Mm-mm.
Like, you have to be happy for people. You can't be mad because somebody is above you, especially if you don't know them, because you don't know what it took for them to get there. And me, I love to hear people background stories.
Me too.
I love to hear that because it's like, oh my God, you went through that and look at you. Not to bring her up, but did you watch the Meg the Stallion?
I'm scared too. I keep seeing what people are talking about, and I'm like, oh,
Well,
uh,
my thing is, like, why is y'all just pointing out that one little thing she lied about sleeping with Tori?
we already knew that though.
Exactly. And it's not about that. It was you brought her on your show because she got shot. If she wouldn't have got shot, you would have brought her on your show. But I brought her up to say her I already had loved her, but watching that last night, I was crying with her,
Oh,
especially when she lost her mom and she still was moving. I said, when I play my game on my show and they say, like, if you could be a person for a day, who would you want to be? I always say, I want to be Megan the Stallion to see how this girl can be so strong. But to be honest, she only strong in front of us, but behind, we seen all that behind how she broke down.
I'm
And
not ready.
I was like, I love her more.
Because I always feel like her, it's so weird because I'm an Aquarius too. And
Mhm.
Aquarius don't really idolize celebrities like the grand masses of people. We don't, and
Yeah,
I grew up Christian, so it's kind of like idolatry. So I don't see people as more than what they are.
right.
But with her, just seeing her go through that in the public, I've just always been protective over her. I'm just like like all these people coming after her like this.
Mhm.
She needs to be protected. And so I've always felt protective over her. Like I haven't felt this way about any celebrity really. Cuz my husband makes fun of me about not crying when celebrities pass or anything like that cuz I'm not built like that. But for her,
Right.
I'm just like, ugh, protect her. She is doing is trying to be true. So I know when I watch this documentary, I'm gonna be in my feelings, especially
Yeah.
learning that she was the only sibling and how close her and her mom were, and then losing
I yelled at the TV last night. I was like, I am so happy you didn't hurt yourself behind all this stuff that you was going through. Because some people, all that I'm talking about, she showed everything from all the negativity from each blog, podcasters, nasty comments that people said he should have shot you in your head. Like she showed all that, and I was like, I didn't know it was that bad. And for you to be here and pop back out, like I think I would have killed myself. But she said it. She was like, I felt like I didn't want to be here no more because if I'm not here, then I won't have to listen. I won't have to hear about it. No, nothing. She's like, but I had to eat that up. That girl literally had admitted herself into a program to where that's why she had disappeared off of social media for a while. Like she took a mental break. And I was like, I'm glad she did that because I don't think I could have been strong enough. And then I was telling my girlfriend, I would have been the type of girl that I would have crashed out on social media.
absolutely. I know I would have.
I
I
would have
would have went
crashed
back
out.
to my old ways. I couldn't do it.
I would have crashed out. So shout out to Megan. I'm sorry, listening about her,
No,
but
shout out to her, and it's almost like poetry that her documentary came out the month before my gratitude series because it's so true. Like she knew she had something, and shout out to her mom for
yes,
pouring and all the women in her life that poured into her because that really is what kept her going
yeah,
throughout all of that. Because just loss after loss, all her support system
mm-hmm,
including the snake of a best friend. But okay, allegedly, whatever. Don't sue me. Anyway, she kept being true to herself, right?
mm-hmm,
She kept grinding. She knew her purpose, and now she's flourishing. And with all of that pain, it still hasn't stopped her from being her
yes,
wholesome, loving self. The way she's just taking Glow under her wing, and I can see the influence that she's had on Glow.
yeah,
And I love it. I love it. Like she's helping elevate her. Like,
uh-huh. And then when they first got together, I used to be like, "Man, don't turn Glow out now. You turn her out," but she turned her out in a good way.
in a good way. I mean, Glow is also someone who is unapologetically herself.
Yeah,
So
I love her.
I think that was a good connection.
Mm-hmm.
But you can just see how she's I don't even know like how she's starting to carry herself and some of the moves she's starting to make. You can see that Meg gave her some gems, some professional
Yeah,
gems to
yeah.
elevate.
See, that's the type of people we need.
Exactly. Like, but if you have a hater spirit,
Can't be that person.
you are
You can
blocking your
pretend,
blessings.
you can pretend that you're that person,
Mhm.
but it's gonna show when somebody surpass you.
Yep.
And you don't supposed to be like that. Because if you call yourself friends with somebody, you don't not all right, go ahead.
No, no, speak on it because it only lasts for so long. Because whether you mean it or not, if you are pouring goodness into somebody, even if it is not genuine,
It's gonna start,
they still gonna get that goodness, and then your true color is gonna show.
yeah, it's gonna start showing. And my thing is to people, when you doing stuff for people, even they said it in the Bible. When you're doing stuff for people, you're supposed to do it from your heart, not doing it to get something in return.
Mhm.
And most of you do things to get stuff in return, and that's not what it's supposed to be about. That's why your blessings don't come how they're supposed to, because you're looking for something in return. When you help the homeless, you're not supposed to record it. No one supposed to know you helped the homeless.
Right. I hate that when people take pictures and post it. Like, don't.
You did this for attention and for clouds
It's
and get your
performative.
numbers up. You didn't do it from the heart. That's how when I see that stuff, that's what I be saying. I was like, you ain't do this from the heart. You did it to get attention because you're not supposed to broadcast when you help someone.
Nope. Because that's supposed to just be a win for your heart and a win for them, and that's it. There are, people I've given to, poured into,
Mm,
had sleepless nights for just to support them. The world will never know because the world don't need to know. The universe knows because those people are better off for it, and that is the reward.
yeah.
That should, and if the reward isn't seeing a person win, then you gotta reevaluate your heart. My mother always said, only give what you're willing to give and receive nothing back for.
Mhm. And let me tell you something. You can always hear in somebody's voice, whether it's over the phone or not, when they say, "I just want you to win. I'm so happy for you." It's the way they said. You like, yeah, no, you're not. You saying that because that's the right thing to say, but you don't mean that. You don't
Yeah,
mean
you can hear it. I'm like, okay, all
that.
right.
Yeah, you can hear it. It's like a little jealous, like, "Ooh, I wish that was me" type shit. And you don't have to include everybody on your wins either. You know, your win is not for everybody. So what's for you is for you, and what's for them is for them. If that opportunity come along for them, trust me, God gonna whisper in their ear to verbatim need to be a part of this also. You feel me? But at the same time, I don't know. I just feel like what's for you is for you. You don't have to include everybody because everybody gonna win different. And if that opportunity was for them, it would have been presented to them.
No, absolutely. Like,
That's
obviously, shoot your shot, but it has to be rooted in you.
right.
For example, I want to flex on you a little bit, so I'm going to use this as an example.
Okay.
So, Toy here is on a song with Miss Toy, who is a big deal. Okay, it's a dope song. It's called TNT, and it's just like it's the turn up vibe with your friends. Like when you are pre gaming with your homegirls, this is the song for real. And uh, I love music. Okay, I love music. Miss Toy is fun, but I don't want to be on no song. Like I don't belong on a song. I feel like some people, I won't name no names, but some people will see that and be like, "Oh, I want to be on that. I want to be on a song, even though that's not their wheelhouse or anything. Like, just be true to yourself."
Right. Like stop trying to follow somebody else's footsteps. Because if it was for you, you would have been did it. You
Exactly.
would have been did it if it was for you. And it's like things just happen crazy. Like we don't know why things happen, but things happen and it be happening so crazy. Like you met her through somebody else that you don't talk to. Then I met her through you. But at the same time, like our bond is amazing. Like me and Miss Toy be texting each other, joking through text message and shit like that. Like she just sent me something the other day, girl. It was so fucking funny. She told my twin is how you is. And remember it's the TikTok video where this little boy was singing the twin, what have you done? And they was in the bathroom. And I think that was their daddy that they was singing to, and they was in there dancing and stuff. So she sent that to me. She's like, "Twin is you." I said, "Bro, when I meet you in person, that's just how I'm gonna be. I'm just gonna run up to you and say, twin, where have you?" Like that's we play like we have that type of connection. And like she told me, twin, in the music, you're gonna make it because of your personality and you funny as fuck. She was like, to be in the music industry, you have to have personality.
Yep. Exactly.
I got a new song coming out, y'all.
Ooh, you do another one?
Yeah, it's gonna be a drill song though.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. I'm looking
Okay.
forward to
Now I
it.
got to really show my rapping skills. You know, the drill song's gotta be fast. So yeah. And I don't know if you know, but I'm also signed to Geo Entertainment Inc. That's Miss Toy record label. So yeah, let's see if that's somebody is going to.
I love it. I love it. It's just, and especially in this digital age, all you have to do is be yourself.
Yeah.
If people will respond to it, and the sky is the limit. Like
Mhm.
literally, and all you have to do, you don't have to chase what other people are doing. And that's really what I want the Tea Lights to understand is that you don't have to chase another person's path.
Right.
Chase yours. Be grateful for everything that's within you.
Hmm.
Because even the parts that may be negative about you, you can pivot those
Right.
into something good for you. Like for me, I am super detailed and like I'm always like big picture and it's annoying. It could be really annoying. But it's brought this beautiful podcast. I'm like, let me put my overthinking into something purposeful.
Right.
So just make those things that feel like they don't belong somewhere, twist them so that they can work for your good instead of shaming
Mhm.
yourself for who you are.
Exactly. You said that.
I guess I guess that's my something to sip on.
You said that. I like that.
But no, y'all, I am just fangirling over Toy. And even if I didn't know you, I would, because like you, I'm a sucker for wholesome content. A
Mhm.
sucker for it. When I see people's journeys, when I see the guys returning from the military to go bond with their families, I'm just like, I'm so glad y'all together. Like I'm really one of those people.
I'm a crybaby too. I might not seem like it, but I'm definitely a crybaby. I love happy moments. I love seeing someone doing good. Even if I don't know them, I embrace it. I make sure I comment and let them know, like a stranger, because what they say, strangers support you more than your family. So I am definitely that stranger that I see happiness. I love it. I'm here for it. Okay. I am here for it.
And you can feel it. Like you can when you comment on my stuff or something, I'm like, okay, I did some. I did it. I did that.
And it's so crazy that we feel like that because it's like I'm just like you, but people that don't know me, they be thinking like I'm somebody, and I be like, I'm regular. I'm regular because I get that a lot, and I'm like, these people looking at me like I'm a celebrity. I'm not a celebrity. Like I'm just a regular girl from the hood trying to make it, bro. That is it. Like I just feel like I'm gonna try something at least one time. If it don't work out, it don't work out. And if it do, but lately, I don't know, Globe. I just been feeling like something finna pop, but I don't know where it's from. And when I tell you, it's just like been random people inboxing me saying, "You are amazing. You finna be this big star." And I was like, I feel it coming from somewhere, but I don't know which angle it's coming from. I don't know if it's gonna be my podcast, the music, my brand. I don't know where it's going to be, the magazines. I don't know where it's going to be, but it's going to come from somewhere. And they told me it's going to come from all of them.
Yeah, I was gonna say all of it.
It was like, just be prepared. And I was like, I'm humble and I'm ready. I already, and I told them that too. I already told God, I'm ready. I struggled enough. I struggled enough. Sometimes I be like, girl, you finna be a 46-year-old rapper. Oh, well, they don't know I'm 46. I can lie about my age.
You can if you want, but I don't think. Look, if it's a vibe, it's a vibe.
Right.
BBL Drizzy, that song is a crazy song. It's a old school. It sounds like an old man singing it, but it's a pop somehow. So, like, who cares? There
Right.
are no rules. The rule is be you. That is the most sustainable thing that you can do is be you. Anything will flourish if you just are truthful with yourself.
Yeah,
That's
I just want to make good fun music, but be respectful about it. I don't want to be one of those people that have to show my ass and all that. I don't did that in my early life. I didn't show ass on the internet and all that in the clubs. I don't want to be that girl. But yeah, if I get booked for a show, of course I'm gonna come out looking sexy. But in my music, I really don't want to be that girl that talking about all that, you know. So yeah.
and that's real. Like, I know I'm just digressing. This is one of my favorite conversations this season because it's so true. All you have to do is be you and
Yeah.
don't make it about nobody else. It's just like, this is what I'm going to do. Like, other people, they need to live by their own rules and I'm going to live by mine. And that's how it should be instead of it like, oh, this person ain't doing this. That ain't right. Like, don't focus on your path.
Exactly.
And then the chips are going to fall where they belong if you are true to you. I know it sounds so cliche, but it's no coincidence to me that once you started your healing journey, you're like, I'm about to get real, I'm about to get in there, that all of these beautiful things started to take place for you.
Because I always been unapologetic. Like I always been like that. I was growed up like that. Like my mom didn't bite her tongue to me. She didn't hold back from me. So I always been like that. But I had to tell myself to tone it down
Mm.
and know when to say stuff because sometimes I could say it at the wrong minute. But I'm not gonna stop being me. And if I see something that's not right and it don't sit well with me, I'm going to speak on it versus me used to hold it in and just overlook it. I'm not doing that no more. I'm not. I did that in my early life. I'm not doing it no more. It's either you're going to accept me for who I am or you don't belong around me, period. That's how I look at it now. Like,
Right. And it don't have to be no beef, no
right,
problem. Just
right.
if it either fits or it don't. That's it.
Because I also had got told that it was said somebody had wanted to join that little circle, but they didn't join it because of me. I was like, all they had to do is say a word, I would have left and let them join, baby. It's not that deep for me. It's not that deep. I was different than everybody anyways. I didn't fit in. I didn't fit in. I didn't. I didn't. I'm sorry, Globe. I did not fit in. And don't sit here and tell me different. Because I know I did not fit in. I'm totally different from everybody that tried to paint this picture like they so perfect.
Right.
Okay.
You were just honest and
People don't like honesty.
they
They don't like honesty. They like fake and phony. They want you to agree with everything they say. And I'm not a yes sir ass person. That's not me. I'm not going to agree with your foolishness. If I see you doing something wrong as a friend, I'm supposed to be able to call you out on it and we talk about it.
exactly.
Not go blast it on social media. We talk about it. And we either fix the problem or we don't and we move forward. It's not that deep. Stuff don't never be that deep for me.
I think when it comes, since we're talking about gratitude, I have to say this. On the path to gratitude, be honest, because if you're not being honest, you are blocking your blessings. And if you
Mm-hmm.
can't be honest with the people around you, they are holding you back.
Hello.
It's literally the truth. They're holding you back. If you can't be honest with the people around you, those aren't the people for you.
And don't be scared to remove yourself. Because I think that what was wrong with me because of the connections that she gave me. I think that's why I was ignoring when God was telling me to remove myself because of those connections, because I didn't want nobody to be able to talk about if it wasn't for them, I
Mm.
wouldn't have this. You feel me? So I feel like that's why I still was hanging around. But I don't know when God slapped me and said, listen, I've been telling you for weeks now to remove yourself, and you keep going on and on. I ain't gonna save you when you find out because I know how you go. Because I think whatever it is, if I'd have found out on my own, it wouldn't have been cute. So when he told me that, it's like, all right, I'm walking away, I'm moving. He was like, I'm not saying don't like them and don't support and all that, but I'm just telling you, mm-mm. So I just took it as that man seen something that happened. I heard just something that happened and I don't know nothing about. And before I find out about it, he like, remove yourself because I know how retarded you can get.
Yeah, I remember coming to you about that. And for me, I just got to get so tired. And that's what I've learned about myself is if I'm at war, then I need to I need to make some cuts cuz I was at war with myself earlier this year about just time management. I already struggle with time management because of my heart for people.
Right,
And then I'm like trying to elevate my life for my family and for myself. And I'm like, I can't fit all this in. So I had to be honest, like, what are my priorities? So if you guys feel at war with something, write down what's important. Just write it down or type it out and act in that.
mm-hmm.
And if that means that certain people have less access to you, you're going to find out if they're your people by how they respond to that. If you're like, hey, I got this going on, so I really have to tunnel in. I'm sorry if I'm going to be quiet, but no, I'm loving you. I'm praying for you, but I got to focus. So if you can offer me some grace and support,
Right.
and they get upset, there goes that. There, I don't want to
That's
say enemy, but that's the cut you need to
that's
make.
that's selfishness. That is selfish. And if you do have all that, and like Kay said, you write all this stuff down and try to fit it in your schedule. If you can't fit it, don't make it fit. It's
Listen,
okay. They not gonna die.
seriously.
They not gonna die. It is okay. It's okay. Support however you know best to support. And that's how I was. I'm gonna support the best way I know how to support. I'm not doing all that extra stuff that you're requiring of me. I'm not doing it.
Because support isn't performative. Support is it comes from the heart. Like
Mm-hmm.
because if you were just in like if you just go to a show and you just sit there and that's it, you just bought the ticket and you sit there, you're not putting out any good energy, you might as well not have even come.
What you came from.
You can do more good by telling people about the event, or encouraging them before the event, like you're going to do awesome,
Hmm.
than to just sit there and be sitting dead. You know what I mean? Because it's about your heart. It's not about what people see. It's about the actual genuine energy you're putting out there.
Yeah, you had made me think about an event that happened that time, and somebody was doing that, and I was like, "What the fuck are you here? Like,
You're not talking, not doing nothing.
not mingling? Why are you here?" I thought we came here to network.
Yeah, I
Yes.
know it. Yep, exactly. I'm so glad we had this conversation.
Me
Before
too.
we go, we've dropped so many gems in just this heartfelt conversation, because that is the power of living in your truth. No gimmicks, okay? No facades, just you. Just you. I
Mhm.
do want us to have our segment of something to sip on. So let me go ahead and play the cute little interlude.
Hey.
All right, successful toy. When it comes to seizing your victories and walking in your truth, what is something you would like to leave our tea lights to sip on?
Be you. Be unapologetically you. That word is hard for me to say, but I think I said it right. But be you. You ain't got to. I'm trying to stay professional.
You safe? Say it.
You don't have to kiss ass for people to like you. Okay? Just focus on you. Stay focused, stay humble, and stay positive. Okay? Those are my words that I live by. I tell myself this every day. That's why I put it on a shirt. I don't care who don't like me. I really don't. I'm focused on the people that is loving on me, who is supporting me. And support can come from anything. Nobody ain't got to always purchase from you. Nobody ain't always got to watch your shows. It's the small things that count. I'm so simple. So I just say, just be you, man. Don't be a people pleaser. I done been there before. It don't feel good. I hate it. I'm glad I growed out of that. So just be you.
Yes. Ooh, thank you so much for that. I can
You're welcome.
attest to that. I have been shedding my people pleasing ability, like tendencies, and the more I get rid of them, the more I'm surrounded by safe people.
Hmm.
Because being a people pleaser makes you unsafe to yourself.
Man, you got to read my book, Kay.
Oh,
In that book, I was a people pleaser. Had my own mind, but didn't follow my own mind at all. It's whatever my friends wanted to do, even though I didn't want to do it and I was against it. I still did what they wanted to do. And in the end, I got the shit end of the stick.
that's always how it goes.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when you're divinely protected, you gonna learn the lesson the hard way.
Because it'd be like, you don't want to listen to me when you know it's not right and you feel it in your heart that it's not right and you still doing it. I got something for you.
Yep. Just like that. All right, let her rip. She ain't
Uh-huh. She'll learn. She'll learn.
exactly.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for that wisdom. You guys, as you've heard throughout this whole episode, there are a lot of things that she's doing and thriving in literally every single thing. So I'm going to let her tell her where you guys can follow and support her and just feed some positivity into yourself.
You can follow me on Facebook at Successful Toy Podcast, Instagram Successful Toy Podcast, YouTube Successful Toy Podcast. My music is out on all streaming platforms. It's called TNT with Miss Toy, and you can purchase any merch or just go take a browse on my website at www.successfultoypodcast.com. And thank you, Globe, for having me. I go from globe to cake, globe to cake, globe to cake.
I'm all of it. I like Globe because it's like universal appeal, and
Uh-huh.
but I'm so glad to have you on. This was divine timing. As
Yeah.
you guys heard, I'm an overthinker. So every episode is so intentional. I had, when you said November in like August, I knew I wanted you on this episode. And it's so good. I am so excited for listeners to hear it. I'm really excited to hear what you guys say, Tea Lights. You know that you can always stay tuned with us at Verbal Tea Time on TikTok and Instagram, Verbal Tea on Facebook or anywhere you stream podcasts. I will link the blog in the show notes as well as where to support and find Successful Toy. Please walk in your truth, and that is where the gratitude will flow. The blessings flow from that. Continue to spend intentional time with your thoughts. Focus on thriving instead of surviving, and be well.